Don't move. Don't dare move a muscle. You don't want them to think that you're trying to get away.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Whatever happens to me.
I hate moral conundrums just because typically they don't end up painting me in the best light. You know, such as the burden of a sociopath. I recently watched a really, really good video about Temu and how they are able to sell things so cheap. It was made by a YouTuber named Jake Tran. And I wanted to make this video will outline exactly why that stuff is so cheap. I'm sure you have a good idea as to why it is. But the point of this video is I want to find out from you guys how you feel about buying from Temu. Especially if you don't already know all the details of how they go about keeping their prices so low. It's something that's done not in the most morally fine way possible. So I'm curious, even if you already knew about these things, did you stop buying from Temu? And now learning about these things, would you stop buying from Temu? But we're gonna go over it here. I would recommend you watching Jake's video too. I'm gonna put the link in the description. Watch that because I'm not gonna just rehash his whole video here, but I'm gonna hit the highlights of it so we can determine if you guys are as morally ambiguous, bankrupt as I am. Now I should point out that I'm not a huge Temu. They pronounce it different ways. Who cares? Who cares what they call themselves, especially when you learn more about them. But I'm not a huge Temu consumer, but I do like scrolling through every once in a while. And it's like you see stuff in there and you didn't even know you needed it. But then you scroll through it and it's like, oh, I've always wanted one of those. What is it again? I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just cool shit in there. And it's really, really cheap and you end up buying it. Well, you end up ordering it. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months, maybe never, you end up getting the package. First time I bought from Temu, it didn't even come to me. I figured that was the end of my experience with Temu, but I have to admit, without even filing a complaint, they ended up reimbursing what I had spent and gave me credits towards another purchase. So, yeah, I went ahead and bought more. Now, when I went to watch Jake's video, and, you know, again, the title being Temu, how do they make things so inexpensive? Or that's basically the title. Immediately it came to me, well, yeah, it's got to be due to cheap labor. And turns out I was correct. Come to find out, slave labor is indeed rather inexpensive. But the thing was, I thought we were going to be more in the realm of what we already know about it just dawned on me I'm about to say this. It almost sounds like I'm poo-pooing it away. It's not all that bad. I don't mean it to come out that way, but I'm going to say it anyway. When I first started watching the video, I thought it was going to be a case of sweatshops. You know, we've all heard about little kids in different parts of the world working their fingers to the bone, making our sneakers and our electronics and whatever else. I figured it was going to be more of that. This was substantially worse. I mean, especially what in this part of China, and I've forgotten the name of the province, it's in Jake's video, where Temu headquarters, they have slaves, mainly those Uyghurs, the Uyghur Muslims. They just, again, slave labor. You show up, this is what you're going to do, and, you know, if you don't do it right, there's punishments to be had, to be meted out. It was significantly worse than I imagined going in.
An area where the U.S. State Department says there's a genocide happening. Members of the Muslim minority Uyghur population, often forced into prison and labor camps, produce the very goods that enter the U.S. through the apps.
In Jake's video, I learned that, I guess, imports from this part of China are not even allowed because of the evil that goes on there, you know, what are done to people in the process of creating these products. But now Temu gets around it by selling direct. That's what the Temu app is. And they have spent big shit tons of money on advertising and getting the word out because they've only been around for a couple of years, and it's really become an ingrained part of our economic decisions here, or our retail purchasing here in America. They've done a phenomenal job of getting the word out. And again, when you have this extremely low overhead of slave labor, you can afford to buy Super Bowl commercials. Now, there's also been a lot of issue with the Temu app. People have been told, they're using, it's a Chinese company, they're using it to spy on you, blah, blah, blah. My take on that is, yeah, absolutely. If you put the Temu app on your device, they can get your information. It says so right, as it said in Jake's video, it says so right in the terms. However, that's true with most of the apps you can put on your phone. I mean, with our electronics we have nowadays, especially, as I said, our phones, if you don't think that there are a litany of companies that know everything about you because of the apps you have on your phone, then you're just being naive. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I'm just saying that Temu ain't the only one doing that. So if you wanted to get rid of the app because you feel it's insecure, that's fine. But as far as the app being a virus or anything like that, no, there's no indication of anything like that. It just, you're allowing them to have access to the photos that are on your phone and to a lot of the information, your address book on the phone. But like I said, most apps have access to that, or a huge number of apps have access to that. Major companies throughout the world have our information due to our electronics. There's no doubt about it. So if you want to get rid of Temu app on that basis, I don't blame you. But if you're that concerned about it, you need to go through all your apps, and, well, you won't have to worry about storage space on your phone anymore because you won't really have any apps left. So for me, the bottom line isn't about the app. Is it dangerous, this, that, or the other? It's, do I really feel comfortable buying from a company that I know is creating their products in this way, that is employing slave labor? And to be honest with you, when I first started watching Jake's video, I thought my attitude was going to be, yeah, that is terrible, but it's done all the time. I knew that. I knew a lot of our sneakers are made in sweatshops. I knew a lot of our electronics are made in sweatshops. Why all of a sudden am I going to draw a line in the sand now? But having seen that video, that kind of took it a step further for me. Now, will I buy from Temu again? The easiest thing for me to do is just tell you, no, of course not. I'm a decent human being, and I'm not going to buy from Temu again. I don't know. I wish I could say no. I wish, and I'm always trying to be honest with you guys. I genuinely wish I could say no. I've deleted that app from my phone, and I'll never buy from them again. But I don't know that's true. I don't have any plans on scrolling right away and going looking for some deals as we speak. But I might, because I've got this horrible, there's just something inside of me that says this stuff is going to go on no matter what. And that's a terrible way to look at it. It's a selfish way to look at it, saying that I know that not everybody's going to stop buying from them. Millions of people are going to continue buying from them because you can get stuff that you want dirt cheap. So the selfish part of me says, why should I stop doing it if everybody else, that guy didn't stop, that lady over there, she didn't stop. Holy crap, that guy's got a whole shopping cart full. Again, the easiest thing in the world would be for me to say, yes, I'm done, because you guys wouldn't know if I bought from Temu anyway, unless one of the other apps on my phone squeals on me, because they're all tracking everything we do. But I just don't know. But what I want to know is how you guys feel about it. Have you never heard of Temu? Have you already heard about this and you don't buy from them? Now knowing about this, will you stop buying from them? Or like me, do you just really not know? Or, hey, listen, be honest. I don't cast aspersions. Be honest. Maybe you're like, no, I'm not concerned about what goes into the making of the product. I want good deals. That's fair too. But let me know in the comment section, because I'm really, really curious about this. And now, as soon as I stop the video, I have to resist the temptation to go look at Temu, not because I support slave labor, because power of suggestion, we talked about it, and it's like, but I want good deals. See, I told you right at the beginning of this video, moral conundrums, I'm not going to come out looking good.
Gotta wear this loser shirt all summer.
Fine, but if I win, I get to be the boss for the rest of the summer.
Ooh.
Plus, you got to sing an apologizing song with lyrics by me, Mabel.
I want to hear those lyrics.
You got yourself a
Yeah,
deal, Missy.
I definitely need to hear those lyrics.
Yourself a deal.
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 Deal.